This is the mobile laser shot.
Between the lines inside your thoughts.
Before the YouTube channel, Dude Perfect would have high-profile guests like Russell Wilson, Paul Rudd, Serena Williams, Luke Brown, and Odell Beckham Jr. in their videos.
This is the Cody Trust Kit.
Before Dude Perfect would break world records with their impossible stunts, gaining 9.7 million YouTube subscribers, 17 million Facebook fans, and 2.6 million Instagram followers at the time of this recording.
Panda.
Before the five friends and a panda became national sensations, getting endorsements from the likes of Nerf, Marvel, Bass Pro Shops, Fiat, and Pringles.
2 for the show.
Before their video game was downloaded over 17 million times, letting their fans rack up points doing their own trick shots. These five friends were all brought up in Texas, and along with shooting hoops, they spent most of their Sundays at church. Now, they didn't meet at church as kids when they decided to skip out on the prayers to go play some b-ball. Instead, they found one another while looking for other Christian roommates in university. Yeah, I know, not the background story I was expecting from these dudes either. One day, while putting off study for their finals, they started doing some ridiculous trick shots, and someone had the sense to start recording it. From there, they found out that God had a much bigger plan for the five friends. Or at least YouTube did. What's going on, guys? My name is Michael McCrudden, documenting the sensational rise to fame of YouTubers Dude Perfect, here for you on Before They Were Famous. Now, I've already covered other YouTubers like the Hodge Twins and Furious Pete, who actually came and helped me do his bio. You should check those out, but as always, be sure to let me know who's next in the comments down below. Members of Dude Perfect include Tyler Toney, Corey and Kobe Cotton, Cody Jones, and Garrett Hilbert. A bunch of good old Texas boys, all five were basketball players, but what you may not know is that it was actually their religion that brought these fellas together.
I'm here just to do whatever I can.
Tyler Toney was born in Plano, Texas on March 24th, 1989. His earliest memories are of him going to church with his family, and he grew up in a devout Christian household. Him and his family went to Mass every Sunday, and he attended OWNAS, the International Evangelical Nonprofit Organization, and other youth groups on the regular. Corey and Kobe Cotton are twins, born on July 17th, 1987, but Kobe popped out a few seconds before, so he earned the title of twin number 1. Their father was a pastor, but he didn't force Christianity upon his boys. He wanted them to make choices for themselves, whether or not they believed in it. Cody Jones was born on October 9th, 1987, and he was involved in the church and youth groups when he was growing up. He remembers them being a whole lot of fun. As for Garrett, well, he was born on May 13th, 1987, but for him, church didn't play a pivotal role in his life until later. All five were basketball players in their respective high schools, and when they graduated, ended up going to Texas A&M University, where they all linked up. While they were there doing their studies, well, Cody started to feel like he was living selfishly and losing sight of his faith. After 3 months of sinning, as he said, he broke down and asked God for forgiveness. After hearing that now, I got a feeling these boys wouldn't be a fan of my show Beer for Breakfast. Actually, yeah, I'm actually certain of that. But you should check it out.
But I believe Jesus Christ came down to the earth and died on a cross to pay the penalty for those sins.
If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you'll be saved.
Call it divine intervention, but the five of them met while looking for fellow Christians to be roommates with. It didn't take long for Cody and Garrett to room with the other three, and soon they were getting along like Forrest and Jenny. By that, I mean this.
Jenny and me was like peas and carrots.
While procrastinating during finals, they started shooting hoops to blow some steam, and they started one-upping one another. Tyler was gearing up to do an especially complex shot and said to his friends that if he made it, they owed him lunch. Their buddy Sean set down a camera on the window ledge, and 20 tries later, well, Tyler, he swished it. They freaked out and continued to film themselves as they attempted the impossible. While editing the video, they found inspiration for their channel's name. When their buddy turned on the camera to record Tyler, saw the frame and said, "Dude Perfect!" The twins, Kobe and Corey, thought it was a fitting name, and their YouTube channel, it was born.
I don't think you can do it.
You're wrong, because this right here is called the chimney ball.
They They uploaded the video on April 8, 2009, and within a week, the video had been watched 100,000 times. Yeah, they were onto something good. To follow that up, they filmed a bunch more trick shots while at Sky Ranch, a Christian summer camp. They upped the ante by putting the hoop on moving targets, or riding on the back of trucks themselves. That video, it went viral, and for every 100,000 views the group of pals got, well, they would go ahead and sponsor a child. Wow, yeah, now I'm starting to really feel like a bad guy. Like I might just burst into flames while hosting this video. Yeah! Their generosity, it attracted the attention of television channels, and the group was approached by ESPN for a segment.
Yes! What? Oh my God!
In that segment, they went to their university's football stadium where Tony set a world record with a shot from the third deck that traveled for almost 4 seconds before it went into the hoop. The video got 2 million views in 2 hours. A lot of people started to question the authenticity of the shots. Good Morning America actually devoted a whole segment about the tricks complete with expert analysis, but they couldn't find anything that proved that they were fake. Take that, Good Morning America.
Wow, that one.
Look at this one.
Yeah, look at that.
Then they got their first paid gig from the NBA Sacramento Kings. The team wanted to promote Tyreek Evans, who was a runner for Rookie of the Year in 2010. The two collaborated on a video, and when he ended up winning the award, well, Dude Perfect, they were set. Initially, 3 members of the group, well, they had to hold on to jobs while the other 2 took to it full time. But the more they saw the growth of YouTube and the business side of it, the more they saw the promise that one day they would have a full-time job doing what they love. And I bet they prayed for it, and that probably helped them out as well.
I've talked to the government here and I've talked to the farmers, and I think we have everything just about worked out.
In 2011, Tyler married his girlfriend Bethany, and Garrett married his lady Kristen. Just as their channel started getting some sponsors and more mainstream exposure, the guys started feeling a bit of hate from their followers. Now, the YouTube community is a loyal one, but also very protective, and the fear of them selling out, well, that was a real threat. They made sure to work with brands that would allow them to do even crazier tricks, like collaborating with GMC to make this possible. By completing crazy stunts like that, they maintained their community and expanded their material to include more comedic content. Their Stereotypes episodes focus on common tropes in the sporting world, and have been some of their most viewed videos. They've also gone on to interview a handful of NBA stars like LeBron and Kobe, and more recently went over the Atlantic to work with the soccer team Manchester City. It's clear that Dude Perfect is having the time of their lives, but they want to do more than just swish basketballs. All of them are devout in their religious beliefs, and have said their ultimate goal is to glorify Jesus Christ through what they do.
I'm here just to do whatever I can.
And the rest of the story, well, you know the story, because this is before they're famous. I gotta say, I was really surprised to find out about their religious side. Not that it's bad or anything, but they're just such bros. You wouldn't expect them to be able to teach a Sunday school class, you know what I mean? Unless it was gym, that would make actually a lot of sense. Anyway, be sure to check out these other videos floating around my head. We do all sorts of celebrity bios on here. Subscribe to the channel. We have other channels like Beer for Breakfast. Check that one out. I'm running out of breath because I'm not that athletic, and this takes a lot out of me. See you guys in another video. Boom!